Hello and welcome to episode 67 of IOnTheTigers, a podcast all about the National Ice Hockey League, but one that always has an eye on the Telford Tigers. Start off this week with some news from Telford Tigers. There is a quiz night, the 6th of December at St George's Cricket Club. I'll be coming up and attending that. Looking forward to that, seeing what happens. Yeah, don't get me wrong, it'd be nice to win, but yeah, I'm sure it'll be a really good and fun evening. So yeah, if you go along and see me there, please come over and say hi. Be good to see some people there. Results. What we'll do is we'll kick off with Tigers 2, as we tend to do. So doubleheader for Tigers 2 this weekend. So on Saturday night at home, taking on Altrincham Aces. That was an 8-2 win. And then on Sunday, it was travelling to D-Side to take on the D-Side Ducks. And that was an 11-1 win. So two pretty comfortable victories. I will say over the course of the weekend, that was fewer goals than last time I played D-Side in total. But still two really comfortable wins there for Tigers too. So two more wins chalked up. The unbeaten start continues. So yeah, just big shout out to the whole team. Fantastic effort at the moment to keep on putting in performances and getting such great results. National League, the action got underway on Friday evening with two games. So Bristol Pitbulls hosted Swindon Wildcats. Everything I've seen about this seems to suggest that the first 40 minutes, yeah, just whatever, and then it settled out a bit in the final 20. Finished Bristol 4, Swindon 6. Perhaps a little bit overshadowed. Rhys Cochrane got stretched off, so all the best to him. Hope he recovers and is back on ice soon. The other game of the evening, Milton Keynes Lightning hosted the Sheffield Steel Dogs, and that was a victory for the home side. Milton Keynes winning 5-2. Action on Saturday. Tigers made the trip down to Romford to take on the Raiders. It's been a tough place to go this year for pretty much every team, I think. 6-3 win for the Tigers. Absolutely fantastic. Last week, perhaps, I was a bit too pessimistic. I was like, well, if we get a point, I'd be happy with that. But 6-3 win, yeah, definitely take that, strangely enough. So a great result there. Really happy with that one. That's yeah, perhaps not what I was expecting, I think it'd be fair to say. Three more games Saturday night. First up, Swindon hosted Peterborough Phantoms. I expect this one to be close. To be honest, it was pretty much anything but. Swindon 9, Peterborough 2. Yeah, a very comfortable win there for Swindon on home ice. Solway Sharks hosted the Bristol Pitbulls. It had been tight the week before with the Pitbulls grabbing a late winner in Bristol. It was equally tight, in fact, tighter, if you like, up in Solway. Finished 4-4, went to overtime. And the Sharks have walked away with both points there. Sharks winning it in overtime. Final game from Saturday. Leeds hosted the Bees. Finished Leeds 8, Bees 2. Pretty comfortable win there for Leeds against what was a very short-benched Bees side, it must be said. On Sunday, Tigers hosted the Lightning. Another game I was pessimistic about, another game I was wrong about. Finished 2-2 in regulation. Penalty shot missed by Telford in overtime. Would it prove costly? No is the simple answer, because a winner was scored in overtime by Telford to win it 3-2 and take two more points. So that's back-to-back 4-point weekends for the Tigers. I've yet to see it myself, but I've heard that Brad Day has produced save of the season, lying on his back and somehow plucked a puck out of thin air. So I'm looking forward to seeing that one, and please do keep an eye out for it. Other games from Sunday saw Sheffield Steel Dogs host the Romford Raiders. Another game that went to overtime. This one finishing in favour of the Steel Dogs. Steel Dogs 4, Raiders 3. Peterborough hosted Leeds. That one finished Phantom 6, Knights 4. Yeah, bit of chalk and cheese weekend, I think, there from Peterborough. They got absolutely drubbed on the Saturday night at Swindon and have then beaten Leeds, albeit on home ice, but beaten Leeds the following night. So, yeah, interesting weekend from them. Hull hosted Solway, and that one finished 6-5 in favour of the visitors, so a 4-point weekend for Solway Sharks as well. And then Bees and Wildcats. This one was very close. Overtime couldn't separate them, finished 2-2, and Bees won it on penalties. It's everything that I've seen. The Berkshire Bees netminder had an absolutely outstanding night. I think it was 59 out of 61 shots saved. Yeah, so pretty impressive numbers. I know it was somewhere around about there. So yeah, huge shout out, and no doubt that really did prove to be the difference. The upcoming weekend, Saturday and Sunday for the action only. So Saturday, Solway take on Telford. This is a big game. 8th takes on 9th. Solway are a couple of points behind Telford. And they've got a couple of games in hand as well. I think it's 3 games in hand. Really big game, this one, down towards those bottom spots and sort of fight it out for currently 8th place in that final playoff spot. Last time we went up to Solway, pretty tough going. Big win for Solway. Conceded 2 short-handed goals on the same power play that we had. All in all, a night to forget, although it will be remembered because of how bad it was. I would say I think we are a different team since we last took on Solway. There's no getting away from it. The impact that Henson and Thompson have had has been incredible. Both racking plenty of points up. I think it was 4+2 and 3+3 respectively over the past weekend. So I'm going to go for a Tigers win. Tigers to win up in Solway. So maybe I should carry on being pessimistic. So that's paid dividends past weekend. No, I'm going to go for a Solway win. Lightning host the Knights. The top 2 clash. Both sides lost yesterday. Don't forget I record on a Monday. Both sides lost yesterday. Both got something to prove. This one could be tight. I'm going to go for Lightning to win it just because they're on home ice, but anything could happen in that one, I do kind of think. Pitbulls host the Bees. 10th and 11th take each other on. I'm going to go for the Pitbulls. I think they've put in or got some reasonable results recently at home, so I fancy them to beat the Bees. Steel Dogs host the Wildcats. It's a tough one. I fancy the Steel Dogs to win it, but again, I'm not going to be surprised if Swindon do. That one seems a real sort of pick whatever you want on it. Phantoms host the Raiders. I fancy Peterborough to have too much on home ice for the Raiders. Sunday, Tigers host the Steel Dogs. Again, every chance of it being another tight game, but I am going to go for a home win. I think the Tigers can beat Sheffield on home ice. Seahawks host the Wildcats. Perhaps not getting away from that, but that's kind of like a must-win game, it seems, for the Seahawks. They've lost the last couple of games. Fans seem to be getting unhappy. Last week, Matty Davis came out and said, hey, you know what? Don't care if people are popular. If changes need to happen, they'll happen. Kind of feel if they lose 3 on the bounce at home, some pretty drastic action could be happening up there in Hull. So you kind of feel that's a must-win game. Now, whether they will or not is perhaps a separate question. But yeah, I think realistically the pressure is going to be released one way or the other. So the Seahawks are going to get a win, which they're very capable of doing, or if the Wildcats do get it, I think changes will be incoming there at Hull. Raiders host the Sharks. Be tight. Raiders aren't in the greatest form at the moment. Sharks have just had a 4-point weekend. I'm going to go for a Raiders win. Can't say I'm very confident in that, but I'll go for a Raiders win. Knights host the Phantoms. I should imagine the Knights will be out looking for revenge. And also, if my predictions are correct, we'll have lost the previous night, so be wanting to keep the pressure up on Milton Keynes. So I'm going to go for a home win, Knights to win. Last but not least, Bees host the Lightning, and the Lightning will win that one. Perhaps not as comfortably as everybody might initially expect, but they will win that one. So there's my predictions for the week. As always, get in contact with me. Let me know how and where I've got them wrong. all the usual ways of getting in contact with me, and Blue Sky. IOnTheTigers is now on Blue Sky. So if you're on Blue Sky, come find me and give me a follow. If you're not on Blue Sky, get on Blue Sky, then find me and give me a follow. But in terms of this episode, that's it. I'll be back this time next week. Bye for now.